All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, classes in session. Let's get it started. So, you're wondering who's this guy on the screen right now? My name is Ray, or Mr. P, and I'm a black male educator. And I'm here to basically discuss and have a conversation with the people and try to educate them on what it's like being a black male educator, but just in general, what's going on with the education system. We all know there's some faults, there's some things that we need to work on. We all know there's things that could be better, but we're not having these conversations. So I'm here to say, hello, let's have these conversations. Anyway, so this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about teaching. Why I become a teacher, where I'm from, a little bit about me. Because, this is episode one, we got to do the usual YouTube thing. If you like what you see, drop a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'm just a little dude trying to, help people understand the importance of education and how we as a community and how we as a people can fast track ourselves into wealth, success, and to get everything that we're looking for. So, your boy, my name is Ray, Mr. P again. From Jersey, born and raised. Well, technically Brooklyn. I claim Brooklyn because I was born in Brooklyn and I got most of my teachings from there and moved to Jersey. Currently teaching right now, as you can see. This is the little teacher fit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, besides all that, let's get to the nitty gritty. I know what y'all here for. Y'all want to hear the drama. Y'all want to hear the tea. Y'all want to hear it all. So let me give it to you. Teaching in America is not the greatest. It's terrible. It's terrible. You know why I'm saying it's terrible? Because we're underpaid, we're underappreciated, and being a black male educator, there's only 2% of us. So there's barely any support. And from a male's perspective, we are seen as either overly aggressive or, a rarity, basically. People want us, and some people don't want us around. And that's crazy because growing up, because my parents are West Indian, they're Caribbean, Trinidad, shout out Trini. My parents always made it apparent like education is important. Doesn't matter who you're learning from, where you're learning from, you have to get all the knowledge and education that you can. And it seems like nowadays, when it comes to education, we put it as a back burner. We tell kids go to college, all that nonsense. But are kids really learning? Like, I want you to ask yourself that, and ask your children if you have children, or friends who have children, or just any child, or even ask yourself, did you learn for the long term, or did you learn to pass a test? I'll give you a minute. We'll wait on it. Most of you probably saying, yeah, I only learned for the now. I only learned for that test that was coming next Tuesday, or the test coming in a week. So that's the problem. Education is not something you just learn temporarily. Education is something that you need to understand continuously. As human beings, we evolve, we grow, we learn, we educate ourselves, right? So, with that kind of knowledge, it makes sense that we would want to go forward and learn for the long term. But nah, we're not doing that. We're just learning to pass that exam. And as you can see, and I'm gonna talk about in later videos about that scandal, that teaching scandal that happened like last year that everyone seems to forget about. I'm gonna show you why things like that happen and why we can't be mad about it. Because what? At the end of the day, the emphasis of education is to say we have it but not know it. And as an educator, I make it my biggest priority to teach my students for the long term. How to be successful in life, how to be successful in general. I'm not teaching you how your A, B's, and C's just so you can use it one time. No, I'm teaching you for a lifetime. And that's what education should be about, teaching for the lifetime, right? So, I know I ran off on a little tangent there, but that's just a little, how my little philosophy about teaching. I'm very big on you need to teach students for tomorrow. We cannot teach them for today. We cannot. Can't teach them for the temporary time. We need to teach them forever, right? So, like I said, I grew up to Caribbean parents. They did not play when it came to school. My mom was a teacher, so you know what it is. I couldn't go into the classroom and act up. I used to get in trouble for talking. I'll be real. I was a talker. Hence why, your boy got a little podcast, like and subscribe. But other than that, I make sure I got my homework done. I make sure I did all the studying I could because my mom let me know from an early age that you're going to college, that you're going to get an education, you're going to get these degrees. And we don't see that nowadays anymore. Like, how often do you see parents telling their kids, "Oh, you're going to go to college"? How often? And I'm talking more so for the black community because it hits me the most because working in DC, I see it a lot, especially Southeast DC. Some parents talk about it, some do, but not always. And I think it needs to be a more spoken topic. I'm all for entrepreneurship. I'm all for creating small businesses, but you need the education behind how to do that. How are you gonna want to start a business and you don't have the education, right? So, and we'll discuss more about that later in the next session, next class or whatever. So what I want to say to you, the people, this is what I want to say to y'all. When it comes to being a teacher, again, right, to reiterate my points, we are underpaid, right? And it's in terms of the work that we do, especially seeing how COVID is, parents are now understanding and seeing how hard teachers have and how hard we work. Honestly, I know some teachers who don't, the day's supposed to end at 5, they're working late night hours, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even 12. You have your all-nighters, just so they can provide your students with the top-notch education. And what do we get for it? We get yelled at, cursed at, spit at. We get disrespected. Not all, some. Parents, they hold us down. They take care of us. They treat us right. They work with us because they know at the end of the day they want what's best for their kids. But majority of the time, parents, some of y'all who are parents, y'all want to fight y'all teachers for what? For what? Because they're telling you about your child? Don't take it personal. As a teacher, it's our job to diagnose your child, to let you know, hey, they need help with this subject. They need help with this topic. Assist them. Because there's only so much influence we have as teachers in the classroom. I can't go home with your child. I can't help teach them. And that's what makes teaching so difficult in America. Because I remember days when I couldn't come to mom and talk about my teacher don't like me. I couldn't do that. My mom was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing better? Nowadays, it's the whole opposite reaction. Parents want to come and curse the teacher out because the teacher's telling them your child is acting up and is disrupting the class and their education, but you want to yell at the teacher for that? Make it make sense, America. Make it make sense. Right? Tell them, come on. It's time that we look at education from a long-term lens. These kids are the next generation. They're going to take over what we've done. If you are not educating them right, what do you expect to happen? I want to know, what do y'all really expect to happen? You expect that somewhere out of the blue they're going to magically figure it out? No. They're just going to repeat the mistakes that have already been done. Hence why teachers are necessary. Mentors are necessary. Tutors. Anyone who teach and educate someone is necessary. And I'm not saying from a standpoint of the wrong message or the right message. What I'm saying, hear me clearly, what I am saying is we need to do better, America. What is going on with education? Why is it so hard for teachers to get funding for their classroom? Why is it so hard for teachers to get respect? Hello? Hello? I'm listening. Oh, because we have other priorities. We're worried about what social media and all these celebrities are doing, but we're not focusing on our own children. The school system has been given a bad rap. We're called indoctrination camps. We're called activist pushers. No. In school, you know what teachers teach? We teach your child, excuse me, sorry about that. We teach your child how to be successful in the world. How? We give them the fundamentals: reading, mathematics, science, engineering, technology, art, gym, Spanish, all different kinds of specials. We give your student and your child the opportunity to see what the world is like, right? We bring in what's happening in society to educate the students. So if we're the ones pushing out activists and rioters and whatnot, that must mean that something's wrong with society. Let me rewind that. Let me break it down. I'm acting like I got a board aside. I got no board here. I'm gonna bring it next episode. But listen, children are the reflection of their environment and society. So if you're noticing that students are coming out and they're not learning enough, or they're not doing certain things that are expected of them, let's look back in the classroom. Let me tell you what's really happening in the classroom. Principals having to make budget cuts because they don't have enough resources. Schools that are supposed to educate your children, the taxes you pay don't even come to the school system because where is it going? And we're going to have a big debate over that because that's something I'm really passionate about. There's where schools are underfunded, and let me correct that. Certain areas they're not, but majority of the people who are paying most of the taxes, your schools are underfunded, teachers are underappreciated. We're not given enough resources. I had to come out of pocket to provide resources for my students. What other job you know that is a service, right? That the employees must pay to provide that service. Wait, think about it. Let me give you a minute. What profession do you know, right? The employees must pay out to provide a service that the system is supposed to be providing. And there is the problem. That is the problem. We have educators funding their own classrooms, making ends meet already, trying to do a career that they're passionate about, and they're not getting any support. And then you wonder why students are only learning for the now. Teachers are doing the best that they can to provide. I'll say it louder for the people in the back. Teachers are doing the best what they can do for students with what the school provides. We will stay long hours, work hard if we were provided the proper resources. Ask any teacher, if we were paid better and we were given the money that we needed, teachers will be here. They will be here. Without a doubt. Hold on. See, got a quick error. Sorry about that. All right. So, with that being said, that's why I came into teaching. I said, being an African American male, a successful one at that, right? I am able to provide students of all races a different perspective than what they've been seeing in the media, in their own environment, and from what they hear from their parents. I wanted to be that person to show the world that black men, not only can we be successful, but we can articulate our struggles and educate those around us. We're not just the stereotypical gangbangers, drug dealers. No. Black men are not like that. And this is from my personal experience. And I'm not saying it for everyone. I work in an area of DC that is known to be of low income bracket. Let's just say that to be politically correct. Some of the students I service may not even have fathers or male role models in their life. Through whatever circumstance, we're not going to judge. We're human. And you know what? me being there shows them that there's more than what they see on TV, because as we know, TV doesn't shine a light on positive male role models of any race. Two, it shows them what they can aspire to. I speak life into my students. You know what I tell them every morning? I tell them, you know what? Yesterday is gone. Today is a new day, and we're going to succeed. No matter what you hear in your right ear, your left ear, that's not the truth. You know yourself, you know your capabilities, and you're going to be great. And you know what? At the end of the day, if no one said it, I appreciate and I love you. Why do I say that? My students need to understand and they need to hear that someone cares about them. Because in the area that I'm in, they don't have a lot of positive male role models telling them that. And I'm going to say there's none. There's some. And I kudos to them for working hard and dismantling the stereotypes. But we live in a system that when they see my skin, they get scared. They see my skin, they automatically assume the worst of me. And I'm the nerdiest, funniest, let me correct my grammar, guy you will ever meet. Look at that, right here. That's Gurren Lagann. I watch anime too. But guess what? At the end of the day, my passion is seeing the young ones grow into being successful individuals. And I don't care what profession they choose. I want to see them succeed because for too long, America, too long, we've been put in the gutter. We keep getting beat down every day, losing loved ones, losing friends, family, watching them get murdered, watching them get killed. And you're telling us that we can't succeed. I said enough is enough. Enough is enough. Me and the other black male educators that I associate with, we want better for our people. We want better for this world. When we bring our own children into this world, we don't want them to have to deal with the same nonsense we did and our forefathers did. We are educators. We have to do better. The next generation is going to take over. What are we leaving them? What are we teaching them? So rather than putting the future of my children, and I'm talking about all races of children, so don't ever try to get this twisted and try to video this and say I'm not. All children, all my children, because at the end of the day, whether they're mine or not, my decisions still impact everyone, will have a better future than I did and what my fellow colleagues had. Why? Because we're going to educate the next generation of students to do better, want more, aspire more, not settling for less. That goes for men, women, transgender, gay, straight, everyone is included in that vision. Why? Because at the end of the day, as an educator and as a teacher, you have to be unbiased. You have to want the best for everyone. And some of you teachers out there, and this is a shout, and this is a shade I'm throwing, y'all need to remember what you're teaching for, why you're teaching. Because a lot of you have lost your way, and you're just teaching to get it done, not to impact a life. Straight up. And for a while, I was the same way, because I was new to the game. I didn't understand. I was trying to figure it out. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I'm human, sue me. But guess what? When I realized, and I thought about the teachers that have impacted me, and the effects that they had on my life, I'm like, why am I not being one of those teachers? Why not? They changed my life for the better. I'm a better man because of it. So, you're probably wondering, oh, so why are you teaching? Because I want better for my people. And my people is a human race. Yes, I see color, of course. Don't be ridiculous. But at the end of the day, when we're all succeeding, we stop fighting. We stop arguing. We stop being greedy. When we look out for each and every one of us. Yes, I do admit there's some work that each individual race needs to do to get there. Yeah, that's a side conversation. We'll talk about race and education, because that's going to be a whole long topic, right? But for now, I want y'all to understand, I thoroughly enjoy teaching. despite all the nonsense I just said about, not nonsense, despite what I said about, like, being underpaid, all that, I get by. I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I can do. I know what I'm afforded to. And I'm not going to stop here. I may, I have a master's from Johns Hopkins. That's just the beginning. I'm going for more. And I would inspire each and every one of you watching this, go for more. Don't stop at the bachelor's. Don't stop at the master's. Go. Why? What's stopping? Age doesn't mean anything. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, you have to make your mark in this world. And as an educator, that's what my mark will be. From teacher to coach to assistant principal to principal. I'm going to change lives. Because as a black male educator, I see too many great kids walk through those doors and not make something of themselves because of what they heard from other people. It takes one person to change the direction of a child's life. And as an educator, I make sure I'm in that positive direction. My students, they're my life. My students, they're my future. Why? Because I know when they leave my classroom, they're leaving with positivity and they're going to spread that. Why? Because that's what we need in this world. For too long, we've been playing with fear. For too long, we've been playing with uncertainty. One thing is certain. Once you enter my classroom, as soon as you enter those doors, whatever's going on the outside, take a breath. Breathe with me. Come on. Breathe with me, right? It's gone. Because in my classroom, you're welcomed. You're allowed to stay. I don't care where you're from, who you are, what you've done in your past. Everyone is accepted in the classroom, in my classroom, in our classroom, right? And that's the beauty of being a teacher. That's why I love it, because I get kids from all walks of life, and as soon as they enter my classroom, that weight that they've been carrying, gone. I'm able to alleviate, take that away from them. I want you to think back to the teacher, one teacher you ever had in your whole educational career that changed your life for the better, that made you realize that everything was going to be okay. That's the kind of teacher I'm trying to be. And that's the teacher I'm working towards. So you're wondering, sorry, why did he make this channel? What is Educator Academy? Educator Academy is for the people. I want you to know how to apply for loans, grants, scholarships. I want to teach you how to dress the part. I want to teach educators how to fight and combat against racism. I want to teach my fellow educators how to lesson plan. I'm going to teach you good sites, great technology to use. And I'm also going to have discussions. As this YouTube channel grows, I'm going to be talking to myself for right now, right? But as we get more people to come in, more followers, more like-minded people, we're going to start having online debates. I want to know why you think education the way it is. I want you to debate with me. I want parents, teachers, administrators. I want them all to come on this show, because there will be a show. And let's talk. I don't care what your affiliation is. I don't care none of that. Because at the end of the day, education won't change until we start having these hard discussions. And we can talk about relationship drama, but why are we talking about education? The one thing that helps change the world. The one thing that causes the world to move around. Right? So, I'm not going to, have this go on any longer. Because, like I said, I'll be streaming every Monday and Wednesday. And I look forward to everyone joining. But stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to have some other fellow male black educators hop on. I'm just going to have educators in general hop on. We're going to talk about how to dress. In an interview. That's education. You need to educate the people how to dress appropriately for interviews. We're going to teach you that. We're going to teach you how to get free certifications, courses, how to get into the college program of your dreams. We're going to teach you how to, have a conversation and a debate with facts and reasoning. Right? This is the education channel. I want to educate my people. And again, my people means everyone. I want want you all to understand that at the end of the day, education takes precedence. I am a black male educator, but that's not my only title. That's just the hat that I'm wearing for right now. But I will be your sensei. I will be your teacher. I'll be your financial advisor. I can be anything. All right? So tune into this channel. If you liked it, like, subscribe. These podcasts, depending on the topic, I'm not going to take too long. Maybe 30 minutes at most. Excuse me. But like I said, like, subscribe, share with a friend. If you want to learn how to, dress the part as an educator, if you want to learn how to lesson plan, if you want to join a network of teachers, if you want to combat against racism in the classroom, or if you just like the topics that we talk about in, education, stop on by. All right. So, like I said, my name is Mr. P. That's it for class, and I'll see you next time. I love y'all. And go read a book. Get off of the YouTube. Go read a damn book. But yeah, it's your boy, Mr. P. I'm out. Enjoy, and I'll see y'all later.